Right guys, welcome back to the Podium podcast, and today we are joined by the founder of Pegasus Fitness and Pegasus Athletic, Mr. Jazz.
Hey people. Yeah. So, what's your take on the growth in the fitness industry? Like, how's that developed? Marketing in terms of supplements being sold, and what do you think the future is in terms of? Do you think social media is going to carry on in terms of how it can grow and how can sell things in a way that fitness has done so far? So you just take your take on the
fitness
growth.
will always grow. Fitness is getting bigger. Before, you didn't have any kind of platform where you could see someone in America or Canada every single day and see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Now you will see a woman's ass from 6,000 miles away in the morning when you wake up, just because of Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. Not saying you want to see an ass. Give an example. Fitness related is like, you're going to see people out there just kind of flooding the market with pictures and videos, and half the time it's a lot of crap. Like some of the people ask me, oh, you should do more videos of you doing bench press. Why? Go on YouTube and go check some other bread doing it. What am I going to give to you by giving a video that's been done 50,000 times? It's invalid. If I'm doing a bench press with like 6 girls sitting on top of me, we're great. On social media. It's impractical, but it goes social media. And nowadays people are doing too much. They're trying to. It's like a beg. They're like trying to beg to get the likes and the shares. If it's great and it's amazing and people like it, they'll like it anyway. And a lot of people nowadays are kind of on this bandwagon to try and make themselves better than they are. They forget you're a deadbeat person in life, you're a deadbeat person online. You try to make yourself something else. When someone sees you in reality, in person, like face to face, they realise this person is whack. You're whack. You try and put all these angles and posing. They do all this, leaning back and forth.
That's you.
And 9 times out of 10, but I sit next to him and I can see him now. He's real. And they do all these angles. It's like, why are you leaning back and leaning forward for? You don't need to do that. Stand normal. If you've got a great shape, we'll see you. But half the time, your body's whack, but you're trying to milk the angle. And that's what people do these days. They're trying to milk an angle. And because they know that a platform like social media, like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is going to help you, have that, because it is manipulation to a certain degree. You're trying to do it in a way where you look great, and in real life you're not. Look at certain physique athletes back in the day. I'm not going to name the names, of course. Certain athletes got slacked for it. Devin's physique. That come out. Name personally. Okay. Devin's physique was a guy who was endorsed by Shreds. Great company, great guy behind it. But he was photoshopping his pictures. So he'd try and get his shoulders bigger, he'd try and get his his back bigger. And it's like, okay, cool. And he came to Body Power, and when people saw it, I was like, is that really you? Like, he was small, not knocking the guy, of course, but his response to something was, everybody does it. So basically you're saying that you're gonna manipulate your pictures to look better than you are, and fool people. There's people out there that can look up to these people. You know, so when you're a kind of a person, a public figure we'll call them, people looking up to you, and you manipulate pictures to look a certain way so you look better, and they kind of like think, well, yeah, great. And when they see you in real life, it's just kind of heartbreaking to a certain degree, because everything you thought that person was just a lie. And that's the worst thing with social media. Yes, it's growing, and the fitness industry will never slow down. Because fitness is fitness. We've got people back in there from Olympics and like Roman days doing it. They ain't going to stop now. Imagine if they had Instagram then. Yo, gladiators, man. I'd love to see guys fighting with lions. Amazing. Can't do it now because all this regulation malarkey now. What's it called? Animal welfare and that. Yeah, something like that, and all that other jargon. And and then you've got like people from them days training then, and we've got people training now. Them different days with levels, because then nothing was processed, everything was organic, everything was clean. If you want to get a pizza here, you might get it somewhere if you're there. Otherwise, you didn't get that. Now it's all processed and done food and everything. But the fitness industry will just keep growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Are there any kind of people that you follow that you would recommend other people follow?
Oh, promo going on here now. Promo. In terms of people that I'd follow on there, that is a really hard question. I follow a lot of people on there.
Who would be like your number 1 or 2 people that you go to?
I think entertaining guys who can push some serious weight are people like Michael Rashid. Bradley Martin, because he's just a funny guy. That guy's a don. My G, holla man, Simeon Panda, Elisis, Bradley Martin. that guy out, what's his name? That guy out of Game of Thrones. I forgot the guy's name now. That big
mountain guy.
That mountain guy. Yeah, I forgot his name on there. I don't follow the guy, but I've seen some of the things he does, and he's a strong guy.
Yeah.
I think them kind of guys, they've got either physique or they've got character.
Yeah.
And in this kind of industry, you want to kind of have them kind of attributes and traits and qualities, because it's all good training, but if you've got no characteristics about yourself, then you're just a kind of walking, talking kind of like physique, you know.
Yeah.
If you ask someone a question, I mean, you get to when you go to body part, that kind of stuff, or kind of events and stuff.
Yeah.
You do really meet some kind of guys who are great to talk to. High breed, great guy to talk to. Yeah. Respect the guy. Ronnie Coleman, great guy. I've had him in the store once back in the 2013. He came in.
Remember that?
He's a great guy. These people, you can talk to them and they're just on a level. They've been there training where we are now or were, and it's just good as a learning curve to kind of see. And these people can be helpful to you and answer questions that you wouldn't normally, let's say, get answered by someone here or around you, because they just haven't got the knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge is something that money can't buy. This field, knowledge is years.
Yeah.
Knowledge is kind of practical application over duration of years, not just like, oh yeah, on internet says this. That is void.
Yeah.
Someone who looks the part is like, oh, okay, he's been training for about 15, 16 years. His point's valid. I can take that. Someone who's been training 16 months might look great, but how much knowledge is he going to have? He's only just started his journey. That's nothing time as well, you know. But they're the kind of guys I look for. I'm sure I missed some people out there, because I wasn't expecting that question. That's a deep question though. Even there's some women out there as well, but I forgot the names. They just look amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing them head right now, but I forgot the names. Names are invalid. I might remember at the end of the recording, but the names are invalid right now. They look firing.
Paige Hathaway.
Hathaway, alright, yeah. Hathaway, okay,
Yeah. So do you actually listen to any of these kinds of people for things that you do in the gym?
Such as?
So, like Bradley Martin, do you watch his videos and then go and do what he does in the gym?
Not really, no. I don't really copy their training. I just think some of the things that they do is just for entertainment purposes, and it's fun, it's amazing, it's cool. I'm down to watch stuff that's entertaining. Going on one of them kind of like hover things and then going to do squats. I don't know about that one. That's risky. That's bravery, but that would definitely get you the likes and definitely get you one or two girls, even 10. But in terms of the training that they do, not really. I've got kind of a training regime that I have, or I call it a regime. It's just a couple of lines in there. It's nothing great. And just do that really. But it's good to kind of see what they do as supersets and giant sets and drop sets, to see the weight they're lifting. That's impressive. They're lifting some silly weights.
With good form as well. Perfect form.
And when you put it in the context of someone doing like 160 kilo rows or something, it's just like, mate, there's guys that can't even squat that. You know, there's guys that can't even bench that, and they're rowing it. So when you put weights and numbers into like context, they're doing some silly weights, which you can admire really, because we ain't doing it. We might do it together, maybe. But I'm not one. Nah, man, you might just sit back down, man. You sit back down.
So, protein, another topic. How much protein do you need?
Protein depends. It really depends, innit? If you're that brother out there that thinks protein is life and protein is bay, you're looking the same for like 2 years. Well, you need to get some fats and avocados and that kind of stuff in your diet, innit? And possibly some carbs that will help you. But protein, as numbers, it can vary. Some guys say, I think it's 1 gram per pound, or it's going to be 1 gram times 1.5, or I think it's 1 pound times 1.5. There's many numbers out there. There's not really an optimal number you can kind of have, because I've heard so many people in this industry who are great professionals say 1, 1.2, 1.25, 1.5. It's just a case of like, just eat what you can, see how much you are having, and just put it to the closest one. So if you can do 1 gram per pound, great. You know, that's a start. Or if you can get as closest to it, great. You're not going to know unless you try it. If you're that guy that weighs like 165 pounds and has 280 grams of protein here, you're a crackhead. You are a crackhead. Do you not need that much protein? Because I know brothers out there do that kind of stuff, Not naming their names, I won't this time, but they do that, and you don't need that much. So I think 1 gram per pound is sufficient to start with, and if you need to increase it, then alright. I don't ever go over 1.25, 1.3 at a max. I don't ever go over that, just purely for myself. I just think I have enough protein adequately with my peanut butter in there as well, and other foods. So me personally, 1.25 to 1.3. But it can vary on a personal outcome.
I always hear all the people who are into fitness always talk about the macros.
Yeah.
But how important are the macros?
Huge.
But how important are the micros compared to the macros?
What are the magic macros?
Magic macros, damn man, that's a hard question. Again, it depends on your outcome.
Yeah.
A lot of guys will just chuck numbers out. Half the time the guys ain't got a clue about macros. They just
Yeah.
say you need this much chicken or that much carb.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? Can anyone on there tell me how much that is? No, you can't. Yeah. This is the kind of guys we meet in the gym. Terrible, shockers. But numbers wise, I mean, optimal is a very, very hard number to give you because, like I said, you do badminton.
Yeah.
Your number's different to mine.
Yeah.
I just lift
Most
weights. Don't do hardly any cardio.
Yeah.
Team no cardio, of course. And it's like protein-wise, protein could be 40 grams, then the carbs could be 30 grams. So you've got 70 there. You've got 30 grams of, let's say, the fats, or the protein could be, let's say, 35, and whatever really. It depends on your outcome. I always tend to keep my carbs low when I can, which is going to be like between kind of 20 to 30%, give or take, of the carbs. Everything else is broken between fats and protein. Don't really bother with that one really. I usually kind of go 30 or 40 here or there. On a great day, if I can't bother, I'm not training and stuff, I'll just do 40, 20. So 40 protein, 40 fats, and 20 carbs, and it's fine. You're only going to get about 2 bananas and a handful of, let's say, sweet potato in there. But for me, that's fine. Because I can have more peanut butter, more avocados, more seeds and nuts.
Yeah.
Because, as you know, you from my ends,
Yeah.
that when we eat carbs,
Yeah.
we just look fluffy Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just look like fluffy little Pokemon, and it's just not nice. I don't want to be a Pokemon. I don't want to be a Pokemon at all.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to have them carbs that I don't need. And I
Yeah.
get my energy from my protein and my fats.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
In my eyes anyway. So that optimal one is the hard one. But yeah, I do adhere to it to a certain degree. Most days.
Most days.
Most days.
Yeah.
'Cause I ain't gonna lie and say every day, because I don't. Man's know me, I don't.
Yeah. It's difficult to do it every day though. Like.
I think it's a lifestyle
Like,
thing. If you've got a certain regime every single day that you're kind of sticking to, you can. But when your days change and your times change of doing certain things, then you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing all kind of things these days. I'm trying to make videos, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do photo shoots and stuff, do designing. I haven't got a set regime, so for me to kind of stick to a plan is hard. Not saying I can't do it, but I choose not to do it right now. It's an excuse, because if you really want to do something, you can do it.
Yeah. I guess that then just depends about your priority. If your priority is the whole fitness, getting better, then you will prioritise making sure that you get those things.
Yeah.
Whereas,
I just live by one sentence, is that how bad do you want it? That is it. That's the one thing you think about. How bad do you want it? If you really want it, you'll do it. If you don't, well, then you're just going to kind of faff around as we do here. Well, I'm sorry, not we, I'll put these guys in the same boat as well, or I'm just going to faff around a little bit, and that's it really. If you really, really want it, then you will do it. It doesn't matter how much work you've got, how much training you got to do, how much other stuff you got in your life happening here. If you really want it, you will find ways to do it.
Yeah.
And that is with anybody. That's why some people get to the top after years of trying and trial and error and stuff.
Yeah.
Other people were kind of going that way, and they just stopped off it because they just didn't want it.
They just hard. Yeah.
They just did not want it.
Yeah.
That is the end all for you. You did not want it enough, therefore you stopped, and then you gave up. I don't care what excuses say, this happened, that happened. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Not holding you back or knocking you down for it, but you didn't want it bad enough.
Yeah.
Now, some people might just say, well, you don't know my circumstances. I know I don't, but I'm not going to judge you for your circumstances. I'm saying you didn't really want it that bad, because if the circumstance was bad, you think, doesn't matter, stay positive and optimistic, I'm going to still get there.
Yeah.
That's my take on anything really.
Yeah.
So right now, faffing, I don't really want it. I don't really want it that much right now, so there's my answer to that one, so yeah.